Hello, and welcome to the Academy of Useless Ideas. Today marks the beginning of our book club series on none other than Surreal Numbers, a math novella brought to life by Donald Knuth himself way back in 1974. Picture this, the groovy 70s, a time when many mathematicians were tantalized by the allure of combinatorial games. These are games in which two players take turns changing a known environment until one of them runs out of moves. In this electrifying era, our hero, John Conway, developed a revolutionary number system, one that would explain the secrets of a large family of combinatorial games. It was at a conference that the brilliant Conway unraveled the mind-boggling construction of this unparalleled system to none other than our intrepid author, Donald Knuth. Now, what do you think Knuth did in response? He fearlessly embarked on an extraordinary writing escapade, locking himself in a hotel room to craft a whimsical dialogue between two brilliant characters. Together, they take us on an enthralling expedition, unraveling the enigmatic intrinsicies of Conway's number system, which Knuth aptly coined as the Surreal Numbers. But there's more to this tale. While the book serves as a splendid introduction to the realms of surreal numbers, Knuth, in his cunning postscript, reveals a deeper purpose, a quest to unearth the very essence of mathematical research. Surreal Numbers, the book, is a daring endeavor that uncovers the principles, joys, passions, frustrations, and profound philosophical musings that lie at the heart of real mathematics. In today's episode, we plunge headfirst into the first chapter of this amusing book, The Rock. Our valiant protagonists, Alice and Bill, yearn to break free from the shackles of the system and courageously bid farewell to civilization in search of their true selves. Donald Knuth waves a mesmerizing fantasy beckoning us to ponder, how often have we longed to liberate ourselves from the clutches of the mundane and embrace our authentic selves? Alas, my friends, for most of us, the allure of a tropical island retreat remains but a wistful dream, and we must content ourselves with seeking moments of tranquility amidst the chaos of our world. After months of solitude, our intrepid duo, Alice and Bill, find themselves craving intellectual nourishment, their minds thirsting for stimulation. And lo and behold, as Donald Knuth would have it, our protagonists stumble upon a wondrous discovery. An ancient rock bearing enigmatic inscriptions that bestow upon them the key to the mental stimulation they yearn for. Before long, Bill unravels the secrets concealed within the inscription, a linguistic marvel reminiscent of the Book of Genesis, but with a twist. Instead of recounting the creation of the world, it unveils the birth of an awe-inspiring number system. The rock's initial paragraph discloses two sacred rules, the very blueprint for constructing numbers both large and small. The first rule stipulates how to create numbers based on an order, while the second rule defines the notion of that order. Reading these rules in plain English makes you ponder the power of mathematical notation. Indeed, the use of symbols allows us to focus on the essential aspects of abstraction. Yet, symbols, like mathematics itself, are creations of the human imagination. If we go back far enough, we can reach a time when none of the standard symbols were known, and things like the solution to the quadratic equation needed to be written in words. Would writing the rules in mathematical symbols enhance our understanding? How can we express the rules in modern mathematical notation? As it turns out, in the following chapter, that's precisely what our heroes will do. So for now, we will leave this translation as an exercise, with the answer to be revealed in the next episode. The first paragraph ends by mentioning that Conway examined those rules and concluded that they were indeed very good. However, the first chapter does not delve into the details of why these rules are deemed good. So, what exactly defines a quote-unquote good mathematical construction? Let's now turn our attention to the possible apocryphal story of Michael Mashler's captivating series of lectures on a newly discovered symmetric space. As the lectures progress, a wave of excitement sweeps over the audience as they delve into the fascinating properties of these so-called Mashler spaces. However, amidst the growing enthusiasm, An apparently innocent question arises from one curious student. How can these spaces be distinguished from the familiar sphere? Legend has it that Machler's face turns pale as he realizes that all the intriguing theorems he had painstakingly worked on are well-known results about spheres, rendering Machler's spaces nothing more than a convoluted way of defining a good old-fashioned sphere. Machler's cautionary tale prompts us to contemplate what makes Conway's number system so captivating to mathematicians. What qualities truly define a mathematical definition as good, and conversely, what renders it as bad. We eagerly invite you to share your insightful thoughts in the comments section below. Here is a fascinating comparison to ponder. Conway's description of surreal numbers versus the Peano axioms for natural numbers. In the axiomatic method, we don't construct mathematical objects. Instead, we provide their properties. So, the Peano axioms don't hand you a recipe for making natural numbers. Rather, they tell you how these numbers behave. It's like having a user manual for the natural numbers, but without the assembly instructions. Interestingly, there is no one-size-fits-all method to build natural numbers, which means the different folks can come up with their own versions that satisfy the Peano axioms. But here is the hilarious part. No matter how creatively you construct them, we can show that all these versions behave the same with respect to the axioms. It's like a math magic trick where different magicians pull rabbits out of different hats, only to find that all the rabbits are clones. Now, let's shift gears to surreal numbers. Unlike the axiomatic approach, their description is delightfully constructive. Conway provides the exact recipe for each surreal number. It's as if Conway is an eccentric chef, offering step-by-step instructions for cooking up these whimsical numbers. And who knows, once we truly grasp this construction, we might even concoct our own axiomatic systems to describe surreal numbers, or perhaps we can even come up with different constructions altogether. The possibilities are as infinite as the numbers themselves. To our great amusement, the inscription in the rock doesn't end with the construction of surreal numbers. In fact, there are two more captivating paragraphs yet to unfold. The second paragraph breathes life into the number 0, highlighting its pivotal role in the delicate balance between positivity and negativity. And then, my dear friends, the third paragraph takes center stage, unveiling the wondrous birth of the numbers 1 and its mischievous sibling, -1. These two paragraphs open the gateway to the profound study of such numbers. Alice and Bill, our intrepid explorers, eagerly embark on a journey to prove the statements outlined on those paragraphs in the forthcoming chapters. However, these paragraphs serve merely as a spark, igniting an avalanche of questions about surreal numbers. As we accompany our beloved characters, we shall uncover answers that led to even more profound questions. This tale embodies the never-ending quest for unraveling the secrets of mathematical truths. Answers become the sturdiest stepping stones to further inquiries, for mathematics is an endless game we can joyously play, finding amusement and fascination at every twist and turn. And when weariness creeps in, we can safely store the game until our next encounter, eagerly awaiting the chance to resume our delightful mathematical adventures.